feel you're disrespecting. And since you want to be disrespectful, then they got things that deal with people who want to be disrespectful. So we could do it like gentlemen, or we could just do it like, how you want to do it.
That clip you just saw was Birdman firing right back at JayZ over a diss that dates all the way to 2011. At first, it looked like just another rap rivalry. Some sharp lyrics here, a few legal battles there. But what started as simple shots in songs and tense courtroom moments has now blown up into something much bigger than anyone expected. And the new footage that recently leaked online, it completely flips the story people thought they knew. People across the industry are now calling this clash the Empire War.
Baby from Cash Money constantly saying Weezy is more lyrical and has more money than JayZ.
Being lyrical is just a matter of opinion. It's who you like. So, that's his opinion. As far as money, I mean, that's a little more factual, right? We can determine that.
Right, we would have to see your bank accounts and things of this nature.
I have no problem.
The viral video that suddenly flooded social media didn't appear out of nowhere. It came straight from the cracks of a rivalry that has been quietly building for almost 20 years. We're talking about 2 full decades of tension, 3 major lawsuits, multiple diss records, and the rise of some of hip-hop's most powerful business empires. When you understand that history, it starts to make sense why JayZ and Birdman reportedly ended up in a heated face-to-face moment at what insiders describe as a private, high-level industry event that suddenly turned chaotic.
But it's gonna cost. Put it up. If he's that confident, I give him a little glimpse. It's crazy. I give him a little glimpse. Check that out. Cut it out. Knock it off. But as far as being lyrical, I mean that's from one's. That's for the viewers.
That's anybody's. Yeah.
That's everybody. So if he
Everybody
believes
has an
that, then
opinion.
I respect that. And that's his guy. So he's supposed to ride with his guy. So.
But to understand why things exploded like that, you have to go back and look at the long battle that built up to it. The story really starts in 2006 when Lil Wayne's original Cash Money contract was coming close to its end. That moment caught the attention of JayZ, who was serving as president of Def Jam at the time. Jay saw a huge opportunity and moved fast. He wanted Wayne to join the Rockefeller Circle, fully believing that Weezy was about to become the future leader of Southern hip-hop dominance. Jay didn't send an assistant or just make a few quiet calls. No way. He personally brought Wayne into the Rockefeller offices for private meetings, laying out how powerful things could become if they teamed up. But Birdman didn't see the situation the same way at all. From his point of view, JayZ's move wasn't just business strategy. It felt like straight disrespect. To him, it wasn't normal competition inside the music world.
I don't have no problems with that. I have no problems with nobody. It's my positive. I want this to be my most positive year. I don't want no problems.
Beyonce and JayZ earned $122 million, becoming the highest earning.
Right after that.
Huh?
Right after that.
Right
So
after
I'm saying, black and white is ink, baby. I'm just having fun.
Birdman believed someone was trying to step into his house and pull apart the family he built. He felt Jay was crossing a serious line by trying to recruit the artist he had raised inside Cash Money from the very beginning. This wasn't just a label to Birdman. It was the empire he built from nothing alongside his brother Slim back in 1991. Every artist there was part of that foundation, and Wayne was one of the biggest pieces of it. So when Birdman started hearing about JayZ's private meetings with Wayne, he didn't sit quietly and watch it happen. He responded fast and sent a legal warning directly toward Jay himself. The letter accused Jay of tortious interference, basically claiming he was trying to disrupt another man's contract and business deals on purpose. That single legal shot changed the entire tone between them. From that moment on, the relationship between the two moguls carried years of distrust and silence, tension that never really disappeared. In the end, Lil Wayne made his choice. He stayed loyal to Birdman and signed back with Cash Money. Wayne often showed respect to the man he described as a father figure, someone who guided him through the industry from the time he was a young rising rapper recording his early verses. That decision kept the Cash Money empire strong and standing tall. But behind the scenes, it also planted a deeper resentment that would slowly grow over the years and eventually shake the entire industry. Then things got even hotter around 2009 when MTV crowned JayZ as the hottest MC in the game. That title didn't sit well with Birdman at all. Birdman wasn't just annoyed by the conversation around JayZ being the best, he felt straight up offended. During an interview with Tropical TV that same year, Birdman fired back with his usual bold confidence. He said, "I don't think JayZ is the #1 MC in no kind of way. Wayne's the best. He do the most, and he make the most money." That comment instantly stirred the pot across the hip-hop world. That single statement did two big things at once. First, it challenged JayZ's position as the top lyricist in the game. Second, it shifted the conversation toward money as the real scoreboard in hip-hop. For Birdman, the battle wasn't only about who had the sharpest bars, it was about who had the biggest bank account and the strongest empire behind them. And in Birdman's mind, Cash Money was sitting on a mountain of it. The label had artists dominating charts, records flying off shelves, and business deals stacking up fast. He believed his camp was running things financially while others were just talking about lyrical rankings. But when the lyrical battle finally jumped into music in 2011, things turned way more intense. That's when JayZ and Kanye West released Ham from their joint project, Watch the Throne. Hidden inside the song was a line that instantly sent shockwaves through the industry. Jay rapped, "Really? You got baby money? Keep it real with fellas. Fellas ain't got my lady money." Boom. That bar landed like a grenade. The message sounded clear. Jay was implying that even Beyonce's fortune alone could make Birdman's wealth look small in comparison, putting the Cash Money boss's empire directly in the spotlight. That line wasn't just a diss, it sounded like a full financial knockout. In one moment, Birdman was being framed as small compared to the massive wealth surrounding JayZ and Beyonce's billion-dollar power circle. A lot of people expected Birdman to back down when reporters asked about it during interviews, but that didn't happen at all. Then the situation took an even bigger turn. Lil Wayne decided to step in, and when he did, the temperature of the whole feud shot through the roof. On It's Good from The Carter 4 in 2011, Wayne delivered one of the most controversial bars people had heard in years. During the verse he rapped, talking about baby money, "I got your baby money. Kidnap your woman, get that. How much you love your lady money." The line instantly shocked listeners across the hip-hop world. What started as lyrical competition now sounded way more personal and aggressive than anyone expected. The rivalry suddenly felt less about music or business and more about pride, power, and protecting reputations. Even Wayne later seemed aware that the bar pushed into territory most artists usually avoid mentioning in songs. And JayZ? He didn't respond right away. Instead, he stayed completely quiet for almost 2 full years, leaving fans and insiders guessing what he was thinking. Some believed he ignored it because he felt the line wasn't worth his time. Others believed he was simply waiting, watching, and choosing the perfect moment to respond. That moment finally arrived in 2013 on La Familia from JayZ's Magna Carta Holy Grail. With one calm but sharp line, Jay broke the silence. He rapped, "Neen, wanna kidnap wifey, good luck with that, bruh." There was no yelling, no loud anger in JayZ's response, just calm, icy sarcasm. For a while, it looked like the whole feud would stay locked inside the recording booth. Just music, slick subliminal lines, and the occasional interview jab. But then the real storm started, and it came from a completely different direction. The conflict stopped being about JayZ versus Lil Wayne. Suddenly, it became Lil Wayne versus Birdman himself. By December 2014, fans were stunned when Lil Wayne went public with a serious claim. He said he felt like a prisoner under Cash Money Records. According to Wayne, he couldn't even release his own album, The Carter 5, because Birdman was holding the project back over money disputes and control issues. The situation shocked the industry. The same man Wayne had praised for years as a father figure had now become the biggest barrier in his career. Then things exploded. Even further, in early 2015, Wayne fired back in the most serious way possible, through the courts. He filed a massive $51 million lawsuit against Birdman and Cash Money Records, and the details inside those legal documents were explosive. Wayne accused Birdman of mishandling a $100 million advance from Universal, money that was supposed to support Young Money, Wayne's own label division. Young Money wasn't just a side project either. It was the home of two of the biggest forces in modern hip-hop, Drake and Nicki Minaj. These artists weren't just popular, they were chart-dominating, record-breaking powerhouses. According to Wayne's lawsuit, he believed Birdman was holding on to money that should have been used to build the empire they created together. What once looked like an unbreakable brotherhood had now turned into a brutal legal showdown, shaking the entire music industry. Reports soon started spreading about the money situation behind the scenes. According to multiple claims, Birdman allegedly took around $70 million out of the $100 million advance, leaving the rest of the Young Money roster fighting over what remained. At the same time, Drake and Nicki Minaj were dominating charts everywhere, breaking records, selling millions, and filling arenas. Yet behind the spotlight, their own label reportedly struggled financially, while Birdman appeared to be holding the biggest piece for himself. Watching all this chaos unfold from a distance, JayZ reportedly saw a perfect opportunity. In July 2015, he made a bold move that flipped the entire situation on its head. Jay offered Lil Wayne the chance to release his Free Weezy album as an exclusive drop on Tidal, his brand new music streaming platform. That move sent shockwaves through the industry instantly. It wasn't just a business deal, it looked like a strategic power play. By hosting Wayne's project, Jay gave him a path to release music outside of Cash Money's control. At the same time, the move helped prove that Tidal could secure major exclusive releases. And to many observers, it also looked like a direct jab aimed right at Birdman. Birdman reacted fast. He filed a $50 million lawsuit against JayZ and Tidal, arguing that Wayne had no authority to release that album because he was still under contract with Cash Money Records. Birdman accused Jay of copyright violations and interfering with the label's rights. But in 2016, the case was dismissed, and JayZ walked away without penalties. Around that same period in 2015, another shocking incident made headlines when Lil Wayne's tour bus was shot at after a show. Investigators later connected the attack to individuals who were reported to have ties within Birdman's circle. Birdman denied any involvement, but rumors and speculation continued spreading through the hip-hop world. Around that same time, another shocking report started spreading across the industry. Sources claimed that JayZ had quietly spent $14 million to help cover Lil Wayne's back taxes. The move stunned a lot of people watching the situation unfold. Some believed it was a real act of support for Wayne during a rough moment. Others looked at it differently, wondering if it was also a smart business move designed to pull Wayne even further away from Birdman's influence. By that point, the whole situation between Wayne, Birdman, and JayZ had turned into one of the most complicated power triangles hip-hop had ever seen. Wayne had always shown admiration for JayZ. In fact, he even tattooed lyrics from Jay's song, "Lucky Me," on his body, a permanent symbol of how much the Brooklyn legend inspired him. That made the conflict even more intense. Wayne seemed caught between two major figures in his life, the mentor who helped build his career and the idol who represented the level of independence and success he wanted to reach. Then the money trail started getting more attention, and things looked even messier. Court filings. And industry insiders claimed that Birdman had allegedly taken around $70 million from the $100 million Universal advance, money that was originally meant to support Young Money's artists and operations. The fallout didn't just affect Wayne either. It reportedly created tension across the entire roster. Drake and Nicki Minaj, two of the biggest stars in music at the time, suddenly found themselves caught in the middle of the financial chaos as the remaining funds for the label became a major point of dispute. The situation painted a harsh picture. Birdman, the co-founder of the label, was accused by some insiders of taking the biggest portion of the money, leaving Wayne and the rest of his artists stuck in a system that drained their earnings. Wayne was generating millions through music, tours, and endorsements, yet he claimed the profits were being routed away from him and the team he built. That frustration is exactly why Wayne once described himself as a prisoner of cash. Money records. But JayZ's role in the drama didn't stop with the title deal. More rumors began circulating through the industry, claiming Jay had stepped in and quietly handled $14 million in Wayne's unpaid back taxes, while Wayne was still locked in a tense legal fight with Birdman. Whether it was loyalty, strategy, or both, the move only made the power struggle between the camps look even more intense. For years, the tension between Birdman and JayZ cooled off publicly, almost like a silent standoff. Some fans even started calling it a hip-hop Cold War, and it might have stayed buried like that, until one huge announcement suddenly brought the old rivalry back into the spotlight. On September 8, 2024, the NFL and Roc Nation revealed major news. Kendrick Lamar would headline the Super Bowl 59 halftime show in February 2025. But the real twist was the location. The game was set for New Orleans, Louisiana, the city that raised Lil Wayne, shaped his sound, and still treats him like hometown royalty. Since 2019, Roc Nation has partnered with the NFL to oversee live music strategy for the Super Bowl, which means JayZ and his team help decide who takes the stage at the biggest televised performance of the year. Producer Jesse Collins even confirmed that JayZ personally signs off on every Super Bowl halftime performer. So when the announcement came out that Kendrick Lamar, another heavyweight lyricist, would headline instead of Lil Wayne, right in Wayne's own hometown, the message felt loud and clear to a lot of people watching. To many fans, it looked like a deliberate decision. Wayne, a legend in New Orleans and one of the city's biggest musical icons, was passed over while another rap titan got the spotlight in his backyard. And Wayne's camp definitely didn't take the moment lightly. Almost immediately after the news dropped, Birdman jumped online and started posting cryptic but very pointed messages on X. One post in particular caught everyone's attention. It read, "These fellas soft, Nicki Minaj I, Drake A, Lil Tochi, Y, MCMB. I'll make these fellas respect us." That single post sent social media into a frenzy. By tagging Nicki Minaj, Drake, and Lil Wayne, also known as Tunechi, Birdman wasn't just venting online. To many fans, it looked like he was rallying the entire Young Money Cash Money billionaires crew again. People across hip-hop started interpreting the message as a warning shot, a signal that Birdman was ready to defend his camp and remind the industry who helped build the Southern rap empire. Then Nicki Minaj stepped into the conversation. She didn't hold back either. Nicki openly criticized the situation, accusing JayZ of being petty and suggesting Kendrick's Super Bowl selection was tied to what she described as long-running tension with the Young Money circle. Nicki made it clear she didn't see the booking as random at all. Nicki argued that the situation wasn't just about one performance slot. She said it looked like part of a deeper grudge that had been building for years, through lawsuits, rivalries, and major power struggles in the industry. According to her, the tension between JayZ's circle and the Young Money camp had been simmering for a long time. She even connected the moment to the Drake versus Kendrick Lamar clash that dominated 2024. Nicki suggested that the conflict showed how the worlds of JayZ and Young Money were always on opposite sides of the chessboard. And honestly, that Drake and Kendrick battle had completely taken over the rap conversation that year. The two artists dropped diss tracks back to back, each one escalating the tension even more. Every release sparked debates across social media, radio, and podcasts. Then Kendrick delivered Not Like Us, and the record exploded across the internet. It wasn't just a hit song, it became a cultural moment. Fans, critics, and longtime rap observers all weighed in, with many saying, Kendrick delivered one of the sharpest lyrical attacks seen in modern hip-hop. The track dominated conversations everywhere and turned the rivalry into one of the most talked about rap clashes in years. But here's where the situation became even more complicated. Drake isn't just another superstar in the industry, he's Young Money's biggest success story, one of the crown jewels of the empire Lil Wayne and Birdman helped build. So when JayZ's team selected Kendrick Lamar, the same artist who had just battled Drake, to headline the Super Bowl in Lil Wayne's hometown, a lot of people felt like that choice couldn't have been random. To many observers, the move looked calculated. Some fans felt like JayZ was rewarding the artist who had just publicly defeated one of his longtime rivals. Whether that was the real intention or not, the timing had people talking everywhere. Then came the moment that really hit fans in the heart. Lil Wayne finally spoke about the situation himself, and his reaction felt deeply personal. Wayne admitted he truly believed that performing at the Super Bowl, especially one happening in New Orleans, was supposed to be his moment. His city, the place that shaped his music and supported him from the beginning, was hosting the biggest stage in entertainment. For Wayne, it looked like the perfect victory lap after decades of influence in hip-hop. But when the official announcement came out and he realized the performance slot wasn't his, Wayne didn't just sound disappointed, he sounded genuinely hurt. He explained that it felt like a heavy blow, something that went far beyond business decisions or industry politics. To him, the moment carried deep personal meaning, and missing it left a mark that fans around the world could hear in his voice. And now the big question remains: is this rivalry really over, or is the Empire War just getting started? If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next episode. Drop your thoughts in the comments, share this with friends who love hip-hop history, and let everyone know whose side you think wins this battle, because this story isn't finished yet. Episode 2 of the Empire War is on the way, and the next chapter might be even wilder.